but he's like a sperm donor.
Even worse. Even. Welcome, welcome. Hi guys, welcome to Urine and Daniel, as you know. So guys, this is a long-awaited video. It is, I think it's popular misconceptions or just answering all your burning questions. We're way in the country, and as you can see this beautiful scene behind us, because we're on top of a roof. But anyways, let's get straight into the video. And don't mind the dogs, by the way, guys. We're in the countryside, so there's dogs, pigs, all sort of animals.
So the first question is, how old are you guys? So I'm 24.
And I am 27 years young.
And the next question is, where are you from?
So I am originally from Clarendon,
I'm also
deep
from
rural
Clarendon.
Clarendon. When you pass Mucko, past Blackwoods, go way up in the hills, you reach to a place called Beckford Crawl. That's where I originated from. And
I'm from Kelly's uptown Clarendon country.
bush just the same. Continue.
It's so beautiful, guys. Oh, what's it? Which high school did you attend?
So we both attended the Clarendon College High School.
One color blue.
In Chapelton. But we didn't know each other at that time. We were 3 years apart. So I would have left when she's in third form.
Yes. So class of 2016.
Class of 2013.
Yes. And next question is, do you guys have any CXCs?
Yes, we do. We have a lot. Together we have over 36.
Don't listen to Urine. I have 11 CXCs and 4 capes. Unit 2 only. I never do Unit 1.
I have 9 CXCs and 4 Cape Unit 1. I never did Unit 2 because I had to go and do computer repairs and system administration.
Yeah. The next question is, how did you guys meet?
We met at work, guys. We were supposed to be focusing on work, but we're doing other stuff.
We met on the production floor.
I saw this beautiful
beautiful underwear in our little blue skirt.
Yeah guys, so we met at work. I think we're gonna have to tell you the story again. I think we said it once, but then we're gonna have to redo the story. But basically at work.
And the next question is, how long have you been together? So we met in 2018 and now it's 2023,
almost 24. So let's count. 18, so we'd have to start at 19. So it's 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. So it's almost 5 years. Wow.
Yes, and we've been married almost 2 years now. So next year March we'll make 2 years since we've been married.
So we're 2 years apart, and we took 3 years to decide that we want to get married. So I guess 3 is our lucky number.
Yeah. So how did you know he or she was the one?
Well, I've been through a lot. So after I started, I'm not just kidding, guys. Alright, guys. So again, it would have been from past experience, guys. You can tell the difference by contrasting. So I realized the peaceful nature, the caring nature, the loving nature, loving beyond explanation, really. And the fact that I saw ambition ends, it would be good from a futuristic standpoint, meaning we could have transcended into other mode opposed to just being
do things together.
exactly. So
Grow together.
if we say growth, ambition, caring, loving,
Happiness,
peaceful,
peacefulness.
I don't want to like
Guys, it's just the
use.
feeling.
There we go. And
It's
I
just
don't
the
want to
feeling
use
that you
like
get.
all like the adjectives, because persons naturally just use adjectives to
Yeah.
describe. From a personal standpoint,
But guys, you
you
will
just have to
know.
know.
You will feel it from the stomach and the bottom of your heart.
Your
You
heart
will
is not for
know.
feeling. Your heart is for pumping blood.
Don't listen to Irene. You will feel it in your soul. Say yes.
Your
I'm
brain.
connected to this person somehow, in some way. And you just work on it. And
There
we
we
have
go.
grown together. I love that.
Definitely.
Yes. And the next question is, what do you love about each other?
That would have been the same reason why I say it's the same thing.
Yes, the same
It's
thing.
literally the same thing.
Especially, he's very ambitious, guys,
But
and he's
if
so
we're gonna
smart.
use like
So smart.
if we're gonna use like physical attributes, definitely model type, beautiful, all of that. So that's from the visual representation, because again, love has to encompass everything. So a lot of person, you're nice and you're all that, but you're not. I can't love you because I'm not attracted to you. Also, I can be attracted to you, but your conversations are poor, your communication skills are non-existent.
Because
So
physical is just one
there we
part.
go.
So we don't really focus on the physical like that.
There we
But the
go.
soul, the mind,
It
how
encompasses
you can
everything.
talk, if we can reason on the same level.
And
We're
if we
just
can
on the
make
same level, guys.
decision for
Yeah.
growth is very important, because a lot of person, they are not financially stable, and also they can't make good financial decisions. So we are always starting from square one, simple because of your decisions that you're making.
And if that man doesn't want the best for you, he
There we
doesn't
go.
love you.
There we go.
If a
So,
man loves you, he will push you to be the best that you can
and
be.
also not to regress a female, because a lot of men, they do that. They are nothings, so they bring the female down to their levels so that they will quote unquote be
The man. For real, I said that at the end of the truth,
and I don't
just
know
want to
why
talk,
they
them
do
want
it.
to
I
feel
don't
like
know
the
why they
man.
do it. So if you are a nobody and the female is trying to get her education,
Yeah.
you are so uninterested and you pull the female down to your level. Guys, stop doing that.
Yes,
Try
guys.
to elevate the female, and if that female elevates past your level, allow her to leave, allow her to be her true self. Because a lot of men, they don't do that.
And you can still be in a relationship either
Exactly.
way. The relationship can
And if
still
your
work.
relationship is not working,
Once you respect you, the relationship will work.
there we go. And guys, be your best self. Love
Yeah.
yourself first, because a lot of person, they are talking about wanting to get a good female, but you're not a good man.
Yeah. Be a good man first, and what you are, you will attract that.
There we go. And your circle does tell who you are. You're talking about all females that are hurtful are doing that. That's because that's the females that are around you. You need to elevate your status yourself, and then you start attracting persons of your elevation. Marine Simpson.
Yeah, and stop cause the girl them but then don't want a broke man. Guys, if you're low at your lowest point, and that goes for both male and female, if you're at your lowest point, work on yourself first, then you think about a relationship. Because being at your lowest, no one should be at your lowest with you. At
There
your
we go.
low. I'm gonna say we don't like a trying man and all.
You
You
see,
can be a
if
trying man, but at your lowest,
Yeah.
you yourself not supposed to focus on
But you see,
relationship.
if you were in the relationship and then that happens,
Yes,
that's fine.
That's fine.
But when you're deciding to be in
Starting
a
out.
relationship, it's difficult for you to be Bob the Builder,
Yeah.
and you don't even have the right tools. That person needs counseling. That person needs intervention from social workers, and you're gonna be the
Yeah.
one to fix them. No, you don't do that.
And then sometimes when you fix them, they
There we
leave
go.
you.
Because you have to understand what is levels. And that's why I'm telling you there's levels to relationship. So if you're in a relationship with a person that is at his lowest, that's the reason why you guys connected. Because he's at his lowest. Meaning, if he was at his highest, you would not be in that circle. So, to simply explain this, if I am thinking that my self-confidence is low, I don't have any money, I don't have nothing, and then somebody see me and love me for that person, we're loving at this the point that we're at. A lot of men, when they move past that point and they start feeling
Yeah.
that their self-confidence is high, they're gonna say, oh,
Yeah.
I
She's
can
not
get
on my
I can
level.
get
I can
other
get,
people.
yeah.
Exactly. So be careful
Careful,
how you
guys.
or you invest your entire time, especially your youth, into something that you're gonna laugh about in the future.
Yes, guys, and as said before,
Did
it's
you?
different when you're in the relationship because anything can happen,
There
guys.
we
You can
go.
be in the relationship, something goes wrong, you're at your lowest, you stay with your person,
There we
work on
go.
it
There
because
we
you know
go.
your person from, you know.
There and you know
But
the
starting
potential,
off,
but you can't know
about that.
potential when you're just starting.
Exactly. You
When
have
you're
to
starting,
know the person goals, their ambition to actually see potential. But you can't see potential and you don't know nothing about the person. Makes no sense.
how
The
did
next
you reach here,
question
by the way?
is I don't know.
Anyways,
The next
this is an
question
extra.
is what is your diagnosis?
Guys, so I have several diagnoses. It would have started from end-stage renal disease or kidney failure, as we all know it, and it would have progressed to other stuff because kidney failure is like a slippery slope where the kidney does do a lot of functions, and when it's not working without proper treatment, it can cause other illnesses. So I would have moved from kidney failure alone, which is a major organ, to another major organ, which is heart, lungs, which is so
Hyperthyroid.
the heart would have been pericarditis, which is heart disease. The lungs would have been pleural effusion, which is fluid in
And
the
the liver
lungs.
too.
The liver would have been um, hepatomegaly, which is a swollen liver, swollen spleen, ruptured bladder. I have had renal pneumonia. I've had
Kidney failure
parathyroid.
is not the end
It
when
is
you
a lot.
have when you can afford the treatment or if
There
you're
we go.
getting it for free. But once you are getting treatment, guys, kidney failure is not the end. You have people living 20 years with kidney failure,
Exactly.
30 years with kidney failure. So it's not the end.
It's not the
But
end.
in Jamaica now, guys,
It's
it's
difficult.
difficult.
Based on
Very
the
difficult.
healthcare, and if you're not getting kidney renal dialysis for kidney failure free or in the public system, it will financially ruin you or medically ruin you health wise because you're gonna not go to treatment. Guys, we're in the open, so there's a lot of bikes and stuff. So if you're not getting it, then I always tell people, guys, with kidney failure, it's not about dying, it's about the quality of life that you're
Quality of
living.
life, yeah.
Cool, because you can be alive, but it's not, you don't feel like you want to be alive simply because of how depreciated your health has become, meaning the edema from being super swollen, can't breathe, can't this, can't that. So proper treatment is what makes you live a normal life, and that's why I can say I'm living a normal life because I'm getting proper treatment. For renal failure, if we should judge me based on other patients that are not getting, you'd think that renal failure is the
It's the worst
end.
thing and
But the knowledge that you gain from it and having so you can know how to treat yourself, that really makes life
yes,
100%
guys.
better.
So when you have a sickness, read about it, educate yourself about it. That makes it
Guys, I'm
easier.
gonna have to give you again
Yes, guys, we're
story,
going to do another
the
story.
full story from start to
And then you
the
can get
day.
like maybe a few images or
There we
so.
go. Yeah, I'm going to do a
Words.
documentary, a week in Urine while giving you the full story, so I can give you everything that you need and showing you because I've done searches at UA, the cost towards that.
Yeah, but some of them are too graphic, guys, so you won't be able to
Yeah, I
see
can't show
those.
the
But
show
we can show you the minor stuff,
exactly.
the healing process. We can show that part. And the next question is, how often do you do dialysis?
I do dialysis twice per week, and that's because of the public system and not being able to afford it for 3 times because again it is expenses is upwards of 15,000 per treatment, So I do it twice per week. Mondays, I
You
always
don't
say
live
that.
on
Wednesdays and
Wednesdays and
Saturdays.
Saturdays, guys. And the next question is, were you born this way?
No, I was diagnosed with renal failure in 2016.
Yeah.
And I was, no, in
And any
2014, and I was about 16
yeah.
at that time.
And any physical changes came
Late,
that
way
time.
later.
Yeah.
Way later. Because,
Unfortunately.
and the funny thing about physical changes, because persons looking at me now, they probably don't
Yes, guys, we
recognize
can
me.
show you some images on the screen.
That's because high calcium or hyperparathyroidism, it affects your bone structure. So I did not have any swelling. What I had was changes to how my bone. So again, the frame of your face is your skull. With skin over it, that's how you look. So if we should take off your skin, you'd see a skull, and that's how your face is formed. So my bone structure, which is my entire skull and other parts of my body as well, would have changed. So it's not a stuff that I was born like this or anything. It's just my personal bone structure, and I am the only one who was affected by renal failure. So to answer another question by people, they would wonder if I would be replicated in my child. No. What will be replicated is who I was when I was a child, when I was small, when I was 16 before renal failure, because that is what my gene looks like.
Yes, guys, can remember, people do plastic surgery, and that part is not going
Exactly.
to be replicated.
Think about skin bleaching.
Yeah.
If you were born very dark and you would have changed your entire complexion to look brown, if you were supposed to have a child and they got your gene, that child would have been dark. And that's the same thing with me. I was normal up until 16 when I caught renal failure, and then still normal the entire time until late when I had hyperparathyroidism.
Yes.
So if I supposed to have a child, I'm gonna be replicated who I was as a
As
child,
a child.
or the genes that I have, because this is a complete stranger. I don't dream about this person. He's new to me, and he's new to you guys as well.
And new to me sometimes too. Because, guys, and you said this is not the person I met, to be real with you
Exactly.
guys.
We have changed
So the
many times,
changes,
like a
yeah.
lizard.
God. Alright, so this is the most asked question. Since you don't pass urine, where does the urine go?
All right, guys. So, as the persons were asking, they would have known that I don't pass urine. So I don't pass urine for about 10 years now. Okay. I don't get the feeling that normal people get, because that feeling comes from your bladder being full. Once your bladder is full, you need to release. Okay, fine. Because there's been a disruption in my excretory system, meaning my kidneys doesn't work. So that process that should have taken the fluid from out of your stomach, from what you drink, and store it in your bladder for urination, it doesn't happen. So whatever I drink, it stays inside my stomach. It doesn't pass. So when I go to dialysis, that's when the fluid is taken out. That fluid, it never turns into urine, because urine production is done inside of the kidneys and stored in the bladder. So because I have no urine production, what they take from my body is the raw fluid that would have been stored inside the stomach. All right? That's the simplest way. So from my mouth, which is I drink a juice, store in my stomach, it doesn't pass right there.
But he does number two. So the
Exactly.
other solid waste
It goes to
goes
the
through the
anus
normal
and goes
process.
through the back
The back
door.
door. And the next question is, how many surgeries have you done?
I have done minor and major surgeries, so it's upwards of 10, because I've done procedures like major surgeries. I've done about 5 major surgeries, which is major general anesthesia. But like procedures like putting in catheters and stuff, or putting a fistula, it's still major, but I am awake, so it's upwards of 10. What are my surgeries, you may ask? So I've done very first surgery was to put in a tube inside my belly for peritoneal dialysis. So that's a small tube in the peritoneal cavity. That's the first mode of dialysis that they put you on. But sometimes it doesn't work and doesn't work for a lot of persons, including myself. So that's when I had to get a catheter, which is in the subclavian inside my neck. Then I got two fistulas, which is arteriovenous fistulas. Then I would have reconstructed my knee. Then I would have done a full-blown open heart surgery. Full-blown open heart surgery. Then I would have removed my parathyroid glands, which is a parathyroidectomy. Then I would have done a mandible biopsy, which is to take piece of the mandible, send for testing. Then I would go back to remove the biopsy,
Not the biopsy.
remove the tumor. Then it starts spreading, which is like
Hematoma.
an hematoma. So I had to go back to remove the hematoma. Again, it's a lot. And this sun is burning me, but continue.
Next question is, how do you stay strong and how does your wife cope?
You know, for you cook, so you answer.
How do you stay strong?
Guys, I am not strong. I'm resilient. So whatever happened, I bounce back from it. Strength is being able to like not be affected by external factors. That's not me. Everything affects me, but I am able to bounce back from all of them because I have a set ambition and I'm very goal oriented. And whatever I start out in the beginning, I do wish to accomplish them. Plus, I have a lot of persons who are depending on me to be. I think that I was gonna be like. Anyways, continue.
How do I cope? So I'm a very understanding person, so it doesn't take much of a toll on me, you know. So all you do, pray and go to bed. So I literally just pray about it and go to sleep. And it's not that hard. Apart from the surgeries, dialysis is not, it doesn't affect the relationship like that.
Like how
Anything
persons
we,
think.
yes, anything we have to do, we plan around it, and it always works out. So we're good. I am good. He's good.
Definitely.
Well, the next one is your wife your caregiver?
Guys, caregiver is when you aren't able to give yourself care in the simplest form. And I am able to do everything that a normal person can do. So no, she's not my caregiver. She's just a wife, as in a normal wife of any other man that does stuff for their husband equally. Well, not very equally, but because because I believe in gender roles. I not believe in it to an extent, but I like when woman is allowed to be a woman. We're not gonna compete as who can clean the house better, who can cook the food better. Since you're a woman and you want to take care of the house, I allow you to do that. But that's not saying I can't do it if it was a case that I had to. End of story.
This is a very weird question, but it's, do you guys do intimate time or kiss?
Guys, I see a person asking this question. It affects me deeply. Like, what do you think persons do in a relationship? Yes, guys, we have a lot of intimate times, and we do stuff that only the walls could tell you about.
And the fly on the wall.
So, yes, guys, a lot of it, a lot.
Do you guys have kids or want kids?
All right, no, we don't have any kids, and yes, we do want children.
Want three.
However, we're not hypocritical in our thinking about the effects that a child has on a relationship, and also in regards to your goals and your aspirations. We're still quote unquote young, so children should be planned and
Yes, guys.
it's not as yet. Not as
Yes,
yet.
so not because we're married mean we should just go ahead and have a child. We have to have things in place before we get the child. So
Okay.
we are working on that because Jimbo and Rebecca will be coming 2027.
2027.
I hope I have
So
twins
we have
so
three
I can
year.
go one more
We have 3 years
after
to
that.
go.
Yeah.
So it's no rush. Persons are saying now is the time. And I
Yes,
always
guys.
wonder why you say now is the time. What do you know about our finances?
Hmm.
Because you're saying now is the time like we are capable of. How are you sure we're capable of? We're not.
Yes, guys, we don't have
As
anywhere
yet.
to put the child.
As yet. So 2027 we should be, hopefully,
Hopefully,
with
yes.
God's will.
And the next question is, what advice do you have for young married couples? I don't have any. Just live and be happy still,
For
but
me, everybody's relationship is completely different. So my advice wouldn't even work.
yeah,
So I can only give you my advice on my relationship, and you just have to be understanding to each other,
get to know your person. That's
because a
important.
lot of time persons are hiding their true self just to make the relationship work,
Yep.
because they know if they be their real self, then the relationship would have ended.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of times we're forcing a relationship that we're not compatible.
Yes.
We are not compatible in any form.
And even though we have to compromise at times, it doesn't mean that one person should be compromising
Exactly.
all the time. It's not going to work. So
Exactly.
it's basically a teamwork, guys.
And compatibility is different from compromise.
Yep.
A lot of time you're compromising too much to the point that you're losing yourself,
Mm-hmm.
losing
You don't
everything
know who you are
about you
anymore.
to fit the criteria, especially when it's a dependent relationship, meaning that you have to compromise simply because you're being taken care of, or the relationship is beneficial to you. Again, you don't have to be in a relationship. You can be single until you're ready.
Yep.
Persons are in relationships and they're not ready to be in one
Just
for
because
themselves.
they are afraid of being alone.
There we go.
Don't be afraid, guys. Being alone is okay
And it's
until you find the
and
one.
it's better to be alone than to be in a relationship and you feel like you're alone.
Agreed.
Lorraine Simpson.
This is another popular question. Have you ever thought about leaving? No. And them normally ask about are we? Like, why would we? Guys, no. It's just no. And no is a complete sentence.
The funny thing about it is that a lot of persons they're in way more difficult situations than us,
And they're not
and they're
leaving.
not leaving because they are quote unquote healthy. I think persons look at sickness as is that's the end and that's a biggest deal breaker.
Yep.
What about being broke and hungry and live
Guys,
nowhere? What about those? Aren't those deal breakers?
there's so many
What about
things
the
to worry
fact that
about.
your partner smokes, drinks, verbally, physically abusive, and you're still there because they're healthy? Aren't those deal breakers? You have to understand what is a deal breaker in a relationship.
And
My
sickness
health
is not one of
is
them.
controllable, and we all will go someday, so it's inevitable. And sickness is not the only thing that can take you out.
Yeah. I have people with them partner straight up until them dead
There
bed.
we
Even if
go.
them have cancer or
There we
anything
go.
like that, right on the bed, them stay.
You have persons who are incarcerated
Yeah.
and they're still in
And still
relationships.
getting
Aren't
married.
those aren't those deal breakers? Anyways, next question.
Do you guys fight?
No, guys, we don't fight. Physically and verbally, arguments are natural, but it's not
And
an argument where it's
disagreements.
disrespectful.
Yeah.
And I think fights, verbal fights, are when it becomes disrespectful.
Yeah.
So I would say
So
no.
that's why I call them disagreements.
Exactly.
Because we don't call each other out our name and
There
disrespect
we go.
with parents and
And it's crazy for you guys to be in a quote unquote fight, a verbal fight, and you're spewing disrespect.
yeah,
It
it's not
it
healthy.
it,
It's not
it, it,
right.
it doesn't make sense that you're gonna come back from that. How do you come back from that? And for me in relationship, there's something that you don't come back from.
That would be a deal breaker.
So don't feel as if you're gonna make this big argument, this big disagreement, leaving the house and all of that, and then you're gonna come back and act normal because you're working on it. No, you're not working on nothing. You're starting to compromise because it's beneficial to you. whether you have nowhere else to go, so you're gonna come back and act as if everything is good.
I know
Nah,
personally, I don't really believe in a leaving. Like
it
if you have a
makes no sense. Once you
disagreement,
leave, that's it.
to me, you better sleep in a separate rooms than leave the house. I know you're not leave the relationship. So just cool out,
Usually, when
different
they leave,
room.
they usually leave in their mind
Yeah,
and they start making their game plan.
I don't think that's healthy. Cause even though some people believe in a space, you can have space in the same house way, you believe in that. So you don't have to leave, guys. It's not healthy. And I don't believe in separation either.
That's
Let's just
crazy.
get a divorce and go on our way.
Exactly.
If we should get back together, fine. But separation and then makes no sense to me. To me. Don't judge me now. To me. I wouldn't.
This
But
is
if you
our
do it,
own
that's
opinion, so
fine.
it has to be
Yeah.
to be.
And the last question is, how does your family feel about the relationship on both of our ends? Guys, there is no problem. They're very excited. They really, really, really love Urine. They care about him so much. Especially when he's in the hospital, they're like, is he okay? Tell him send me a prayer for him. Guys, engaged and all of that. Them always just say, where your fiance there? And this boy never tell me say man married me, We just literally start getting into a
I
relationship
said
and them ask me about fiance.
then the
Them
boyfriend
know in the
girlfriend for too
boyfriend.
long.
My father him, oh so this one here gonna be a husband. Your husband is. So then they speak it into being. He's my husband now.
Guys, I don't have a lot of family like that. I have my mother and my siblings. I mean, I say her siblings, but I'm my siblings. So what I mean is my mother and my siblings, cool, and they're ecstatic about Daniel, and especially the caring aspect. Like from a mother, guys, a mother wants her son to be taken care of, similarly to how she would have taken care of, and my mother would be very upset if I was being less than treated right. Because me and my mother we talk every day,
Oh, that big up you.
every single day. But I don't have a father. I don't know that nigga.
You have a father. Stop it. He has a father, guys. Like a sperm donor.
Even worse. Even worse, guys. So it's only one side of family, my mother's side, and I have aunties, uncles, and but again, it's an estranged relationship. So again, to answer your question, my mother is super happy, over the moon, and very appreciative of Daniel, and that's all that matters. And my sister says she wants to be like Daniel because she's so pretty. This was a very interesting conversation, and again, we are not being consistent. My bad, my bad, my bad, guys. We're going through a transition phase. We're trying to get stuff in place, so when we do come back consistent, it's gonna be like consistency.
Yes, guys, and we want to give you nice
Quality
proper
videos. I don't want to be sitting in my house putting up my camera and talking
Because, guys, our
nonsense.
life is not that eventful.
There we
To
go.
give you would be bored.
Exactly. For a
Yeah,
normal
so-
day, I sleep a lot,
Right.
I eat a lot, and that's practically my whole day. If I'm doing work, because I do a lot of investments, that's not something that I'll be videoing myself writing up contracts or anything.
Makes no sense. So we want to go places and take you along with us.
There we go.
And maybe you'll get a few sit-down videos if you request it to get to know us. But I hope this one
Gives you a brief
gives you
understanding,
a brief understanding of the
until
relationship, guys. And I always say, get to know a person before you judge, because a lot of you come on, oh, you must be rich, you
I'm
must
not
have
rich.
some money put
I'm far
away.
from,
Girl,
but I'm not poor either.
is this for love or money? And guys, we're both from Clarendon, from a poor
Deep
background,
rural.
so we're not rich.
We're just
Anything
trying.
that we are doing now, we did it together, so we're growing together.
And the sun is really burning in my face, so I'm gonna give you a view of how to your look.
Yes, guys, beautiful
because it's very
pellets.
beautiful.
And guys, if you made it to the end of the video, thank you. and we're almost at 5K subscribers.
Guys, we need literally 10 persons to subscribe.
Yes, guys.
Because
Please
the funny thing
subscribe.
about it, you know, guys, when I check my analytics, guys, I'm having so much viewers, but you're not
Guys,
subscribing, guys.
why
It's so
not?
simple.
Let
Like,
us know
click
why
the bell,
not.
and you can comment, we can talk, you can ask your questions, and tell us what video you want to see us do.
And guys, remember to like the videos. Like up the video, guys.
And share it with your friends and your
Share it with
family
your
and your
friends,
auntie
tell
and
a
your
friend to
uncles.
tell a friend. And again, guys, thank you so much for watching the video. We will be back with another video soon. But guys, I hope this was a great video for you. And if you have any more questions, you can ask. We will definitely answer. We try to respond to everyone in the comments. So guys, have a great day. Merry Christmas. Hey, I will never start off with that. Guys, Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
But we didn't tell them Merry Christmas and my community stop. So anybody who
Oh,
follow
yes,
me,
that's
you would have
true.
seen
That's
it.
true.
But Merry Christmas,
again, guys.
Happy New Year's when it gets here. Have a wonderful and a
New Year, new you.
prosperous, prosperous. Let's rewind that. Prosperous New Year, filled with good productivity in
Feliz
all you.
Navidad.
Anyways, bye.
Bye guys, have a great day. Road to 5K subscribers.
It's the most beautiful time of the year.
I'm a bee under the mistletoe.